KMBC 9 First News on KCWE starts now.
200 sex trafficking victims are getting help after an FBI sting led to their rescue. We'll explain how local organizations will help them recover from their traumatizing experiences.
It's unfortunate lives were lost, and fortunate it ever happened in the first place, but the truth is, it's about picking up the pieces after a tragedy.
Missouri's launching a plan to upgrade dozens of railroad crossings in order to prevent another situation like the Menden derailment. We're going to tell you why this is only the beginning of the work. And former President Trump is pleading not guilty to the charges against him in the election interference investigation. We'll explain how Trump's attorneys are planning to handle his defense. Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for joining us on First News. I'm Jamie Weiss. Katie Horner here. You are brightening up my day because it is dreary outside.
We've got a chief thing going on here. That's
training
what we've
camp.
got.
We're ready. I think today is a fan day.
Yes, and it's raining.
Of course. Of course.
Here's a look at radar. We've got showers and thunderstorms in the area. Right now, within the 435 loop of Kansas City, things are dry, but up at training camp, it is storming right now in St. Joseph, and those thunderstorms are moving towards the east and towards the northeast. So what's behind them? More rain, but not a lot of lightning. So once this first round of thunderstorms, which by the way extends all the way down to Carrollton, once that moves north, it will be replaced by more of a steadier rain shower for a while, but that's lifting north. Maybe that'll stay just north of St. Joseph. Here south of I-70, we have some gentle showers moving more towards the east, not even detecting much lightning with that. So far in the last 12 hours, the heaviest rain has fallen in Saline County, where they have had 2 to 3 inches of rain. There is a flood warning right now along the Blackwater River near Blue Lick. That water is expected to rise 10 feet this morning. So keep your children away from that. Avoid the urge to go look at that rapidly rising water, and that flood warning is in effect until that water recedes, which should start to happen later today. That is surrounded by an area that has an aerial flood warning, and that is because of the pastures and the fields that are flooded. Today, we're going to have a break in the rain for a while and then more thunderstorms later this afternoon, Jamie.
Thanks, Katie. More than 200 survivors of sex trafficking have been rescued after a 3-day FBI operation. That includes 4 kids and 3 adults from right here in the metro. This is all a part of a national effort called Operation Cross Country. From Overland Park to Gladstone to Wichita, multiple people and multiple police agencies were there to help federal agents find survivors. Experts say they'll need help overcoming their trauma and moving on with their lives.
You are not alone. You do not have to remain a victim. There are people out there like us and others that will provide a safe place for you and an opportunity to recover, and then an opportunity to be empowered to a new life.
That was Dr. Rodney Hammer with Rehope. It's one of several organizations locally that will help survivors in their recovery. The FBI says 1 person was arrested in local charges on this operation. You can call or text the numbers here on your screen if you suspect human trafficking. That number is 1-888-373-7888. That'll take you to the National Human Trafficking Hotline. A judge sentences a Clay County woman found guilty in the deaths of her 2 children. Jenna Bodeker is going to spend 58 years in prison. She left her 2 kids inside of a hot car in 2018. Clay County prosecutors say the children died of hyperthermia after they were left in a hot car with inadequate care. The Chiefs fan known as Chiefsaholic is going to appear at a Kansas City courthouse today. Federal prosecutors say Xavier Babadwar was on the run for months after robbing banks throughout the Midwest. He's also accused of laundering money through bank accounts. He was arrested in California last month. We'll have updates on his hearing right here on KMBC 9 and at KMBC.com. Today, attorneys will meet in the Kansas City courthouse downtown to review the case of Tasha Hafes. Hafes is charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action in the death of her son, Carvel Stevens. Court documents say Hafes called 911 in February of last year and said the devil was trying to attack her. When police got to her house, they found her son dead. In May of 2022, a hearing found her mentally incompetent for her case to proceed. She was committed to the Missouri Department of Mental Health to try to restore competency. And Missouri is making a major investment in railroad safety. All of this coming after the Amtrak derailment that killed 4 people in Menden, Missouri just a year ago. $50 million will go towards safety measures in 47 crossings across the state. The money will also give some communities more signs on the roadways.
The Missouri Highway and Transportation Commission told us to do it better.
We can improve safety not only for Menden, but throughout Missouri.
Well, the state says it's going to take 3 to 5 years to follow through on the plan. There are 1,400 crossings in Missouri that don't have lights or gates. This week, the NTSB released its final report about the Amtrak derailment in Mendon. We've got that link on our website, KMBC.com. We are learning more about a rail crossing near Belton where a train collided with a semi just this past Tuesday. MoDOT mentioned that crossing near 187th Street was in that 2022 report. The department identified it as a potential safety risk because it's considered a humped crossing. MoDOT says trailers can get stuck here, which is exactly what happened on Tuesday. At least 3 people were hurt, including a 12-year-old, when a train hit that semi's trailer. Back to school is coming up fast, and it's about time to stock up on school supplies, and you can do that this weekend while saving some cash. KBC 9's Rob Hughes joining us live this morning with what you need to know as Missouri's tax-free weekend gets started. Good morning, Rob.
Hey, good morning to you, Jamie. And here at the Blue Springs Walmart, you take a look behind us. You got all these school supplies. All are available for the tax-free weekend. And some other items aside from the supplies here include all apparel, some laptops, diapers, and wipes as well. All you have to do is go up and you'll see several signs on each aisle here in the school section. And you just scan a QR code on that sign, and then it shows the list for all of the schools in the area, the back-to-school list. You just find your school. Walmart also has a lot of the 14 back-to-school items most requested. Their popular ones are going to be the same prices as last year. It'll all be under $13. And also, teachers can register their items for their classrooms, and then anybody can go on there and buy those items for that teacher and for their class. Now, we do know that the Blue Springs manager tells us it's important to give the whole community a chance to help out our teachers.
Saves teachers money out of their pocket that they have to spend on their classrooms. They can register for items. Parents, Good Samaritans, community involvement, or community leaders can buy things for their classroom.
We also want to let you know about the Century shopping hours. That's on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. This is a calmer shopping environment for people who live with sensitivities. They'll do things like put down the lights, turn the music off, and all the screens will be blank as well. We're live in Blue Springs. I'm Rob Hughes, KMBC 9 News.
All right, thank you, Rob. Hey, make sure KMBC 9 is your home for back-to-school coverage. We've got a full list of the items included in Missouri's tax-free weekend, plus the cities and counties taking part on our website. That's KMBC.com. We're going to be adding more resources for families as we get closer to the school year. At 8:07, though, we do need to check back in with Katie. Today's an impact day, and you just got new information about tonight's chances for storms.
Yes, we've been upgraded to a slight risk of severe weather in this area, shaded in yellow. Now, all of us may get afternoon thunderstorms. I'm not talking about the rain that's out there now. This is afternoon between 3 and 8 p.m. today. In this area shaded in yellow, which is eastern Jackson County, parts of Clay County, Carroll County, Saline County, Johnson County on the Missouri side, all the way down to Benton County. There is a risk of storms here that may produce damaging wind, large hail, and possibly tornadoes. So tonight, if you've got plans between 3 and 8 o'clock, we want to make sure that you are weather aware, that you have a way of receiving the alerts if we are issuing those and you're not in front of your TV set. Here's a look at what Future Scan may look like this evening. You'll see this cluster of thunderstorms come out of Kansas, cross over Kansas City, and move right along the Missouri River as it slides through. And that's the storm that may have the severe weather components associated with it, Jamie.
Okay, thanks, Katie. The Biden administration can continue stopping migrants who pass through another country from seeking asylum here in the U.S. The policy was blocked last week by a district court judge, but yesterday, the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled to reinstate it. Democrats and immigration advocates have cited the policy, and they've criticized it, I should say, because it's similar to the Trump-era policy that it replaced. Former President Donald Trump has pleaded not guilty to charges, accusing him of attempting to overturn the 2020 election results. Federal prosecutors are pushing for a speedy trial, while Trump's legal team plans to delay it. Amy Lou's in our Washington bureau with the next steps in this case.
The next hearing, which would set a tentative trial date, is happening later this month as his lawyers plan their defense and suggest moving the trial somewhere else. Trump is facing 4 felony counts related to his efforts to undo the presidential election, appearing at D.C. District Court yesterday before a magistrate judge. Our own Christopher Salas was one of the few reporters inside that hearing, watching Trump sit quietly and calmly as the judge read the charges. Sitting not too far away, special counsel counsel Jack Smith, who is among those asking for a speedy trial. But Trump and his lawyers say it is, quote, absurd to move quickly on the case given this substantial amount of evidence. After leaving the courthouse, Trump headed to the airport back to his plane to New Jersey, stopping briefly to comment on the case.
This is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America. This is the persecution of the person that's leading by very, very substantial numbers in the Republican primary and leading Biden by a lot. So if you can't beat him, you persecute him or you prosecute him. We can't let this happen in America.
Trump and his lawyers called the case an attack on his right to free speech and to challenge the election they say his attorneys told him was stolen. Meanwhile, Trump himself is suggesting moving the trial to somewhere like West Virginia, where more of his supporters live. In Washington, I'm Amy Liu.
Trump has been indicted this year in another 2 cases. He's facing charges for falsifying business records and for holding government documents with classified markings and refusing to return them. At 8:10, a package randomly arriving on your doorstep may be a warning instead of a mistake. Unsolicited packages can be a sign that something more nefarious is going on with your shopping account. We'll tell you how to respond in a way that keeps your information safe.
Today is an impact day. Stay connected with First Alert Weather. KMBC 9 News, leading the way.
Welcome back. It is 8:14. Take a look at your First Alert traffic. Pretty decent day here with the rain moving out early. The showers we had earlier on this morning are out of here, and they were very spotty anyway. So right now dealing with dry roads and really no major problems out here. This was a look at K7 northbound just before Shawnee Mission Parkway, stalled semi right shoulder. I'm not sure what it's doing over there, but it's not a traffic problem, that's for sure. And most of the highways this morning just doing very well, not really seeing anything in the way of anything out of the ordinary. Johnny Rollins, News Chopper 9, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Johnny. Today, Johnson County leaders are going to be holding a rolling ribbon cutting to celebrate a new bus route. It is Route 487. It's on the 87th Street corridor. It'll link Lenexa City Center to the Mission Transit Center, traveling through downtown Overland Park and Prairie Village. Starting at 11:30 this morning, officials will be making stops at places like the County Administrative Building, Lenexa City Center, and Overland Park City Hall to celebrate. The route will officially launch on Monday. Have you ever received a package that you didn't order? Sometimes it's a mistake, but it could also be a scam. It's called the brushing scam, and the goal here is to cheat the online review system. If third-party sellers send their items to random people, it'll then get flagged as a verified purchase, which makes them look legitimate.
With that stamp of approval, boy, they can do a lot of things. They can go online and post positive reviews on your behalf. They can manipulate and skew a ratings and review system to gain more customers and ultimately gain more profit for the company as well.
Brushing scams also put your personal information at risk. So if you get a random package, let the retailer know, change your passwords, and be sure to monitor your bank account. School districts and groups around the metro are coming together to make sure kids have exactly what they need to start the school year off right. And there's a lot of events happening this weekend that you can take advantage of. Tomorrow, the Kansas City Public School District is holding a back-to-school drive-through event. This is for students. It'll run from 10 to 3 at East High School. KCPS students can get backpacks, supplies, vaccines, and health screenings. In Kansas City, Kansas, the public school district there holding its back-to-school fair. This will be at a new location this year. It'll be running from 8 to 1 tomorrow at the central office on North 59th. Students living in Wyandotte County can stop by to get supplies, backpacks, hygiene kits, books, and more. Keep in mind, parents do need to come with their kids and bring proof of residency. You can have some fun while getting ready for school and the school year at the Legends Outlets in KCK because their back-to-school bash is happening tomorrow. It'll feature free haircuts, a foam party, a silent disco, and more. Keep in mind, several stores will be offering some big discounts on things like clothes, shoes, backpacks, and electronics as well. And because it is back-to-school season, we need your help to send kids off to school with all the supplies they need. KMBC 9 Cares for Kids is holding a Stuff the Bus school supply drive. It'll benefit students at Operation Breakthrough. Starting next week, you can drop off new school supplies at any of these Hy-Vee stores listed on your screen. Our partners at First Student will have a school bus at each Hy-Vee from 6 to 5. Help us stuff the bus to give more kids in the metro a successful start to the school year. The Royals are on a roll. We're going to show you how the team is keeping its comeback streak going strong. Kids heading back to class means we could see a rise in sickness. The most common illnesses that can spread in classrooms are COVID, colds, the flu, and strep throat. Doctors say children 3 and up should come in at least once a year for a wellness check.
Just in general, it's really important, for teens to have a little bit more in-depth conversation with their pediatrician. We screen for all kinds of important things that range from psych and anxiety all the way to, appropriate growth in adolescence, and everything in between.
Doctors say parents should keep up to date on their kids' vaccinations and consider getting a COVID-19 vaccine booster. Today, kids can get their back-to-school vaccines at the Cass County Health Department. Today's clinic runs from 8 to 5. It'll cost $10 for one vaccine or $20 for 2 or more. That's without insurance. A CDC advisory panel says all babies under 8 months old should get a new shot to protect against severe RSV. Nirsevimab is the first product available to protect all newborns against RSV. The FDA approved it last month, and yesterday the advisory panel voted unanimously to recommend it. It'll be added to the CDC's childhood immunization schedule once the director signs off. A local organization is honoring a soldier's legacy with the Spencer C. Duncan Make It Count Foundation 5K tomorrow. The race is at New Century Air Center, and it raises money for veteran causes in our area. Same-day registration starts at 6 in the morning. The race takes off at 7:30. The Spencer C. Duncan Make It Count Foundation is named after a soldier who died in Afghanistan in 2011 when his helicopter was shut down. The Royals are keeping their longest winning streak alive this season. They wowed the crowd with their performance as they swept the Mets. The Royals got on the board first and kept the Mets scoreless for 8 innings. Part of that was all thanks to an amazing catch by Michael Massey in the 5th. The boys in blue piled it on and win this one by a landslide, 9-2. So Bobby Wood Jr., he continues to play well, and the team's manager is singing his praises.
We're seeing him at an elite level right now. Taking hits where they're given. Displaying the power, the speed on the bases. I think he's over 30 stolen bases now and 19 homers. So, he's probably in a pretty rare group there.
That makes 6 wins in a row for the Royals. This is a team that hadn't won more than 2 games in a row before now. So today, the Royals will start a new series in the city of brotherly love. First pitch against the Phillies is at 6:05 tonight. Katie, I think it's safe to assume that the rain is a good luck charm because today is day 7 of rainfall?
Today, yes, makes the 7th consecutive day that we've had measurable rain at KCI. It's the longest stretch so far this year. Right now, we had rain at KCI earlier this morning, but it's all dry within the 435 loop. Northern Buchanan County, you can see showers and thunderstorms that are lifting through Andrew County and up towards the northeast. That will be followed by a more gentle rain for a while at training camp. But we're keeping an eye on a little bit of a rotation in the atmosphere, a little vorticity in north central Kansas. That is going to ignite additional thunderstorms in the heat of the afternoon. This second round of thunderstorms for Kansas City, and I stopped Future Scan at 4:15, has the potential of producing severe weather. We can't rule out large hail, straight line winds over 60 miles an hour, and possibly an isolated tornado. There's a lot of ingredients that have to come together, but the atmosphere is primed, and that's what we're watching. Watch as that moves east along the Missouri River. Stopped it here at 6:45. It's in Saline County at that time, and then it will be lifting away. So we want to remind you that today there is a risk of severe weather between 3 and 8 p.m. in this area shaded in yellow. This could happen during the evening rush, so we want to make sure that you're weather aware before you get in your car and you drive away from your television where you might be receiving our warnings. Make sure you have the KMBC News app or a NOAA's All Hazard Radio that will provide you an alert if you are away from the TV. You can see the impacts for this evening's round of thunderstorms. High temperatures today outside of the storms will make it into the mid-80s, but it's so humid. It's going to feel like it's around 90 degrees in Kansas City. It could feel like it's between 95 and 100 in our southern counties today, where you will be enjoying a little bit more sunshine than we most likely will here in KC. Tomorrow's weather, we have got a chance of rain in the morning, but more likely another round of severe weather tomorrow afternoon. There is another slight risk of severe weather Saturday evening. Sunday right now, it doesn't look like severe weather, but it looks like scattered showers and thunderstorms that could be on and off throughout the day. 81 degrees on Sunday, and then a cold front moves through. Humidity comes down, and Monday's weather is looking fantastic. A lower morning temperature of 62. That happens when the dew point drops. loss. 81 in the afternoon, equally as beautiful as on Tuesday. Wednesday, a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, and we'll stay in the mid-80s for the weekend.
More than 200 survivors of sex trafficking have been rescued after a 3-day FBI operation. That includes 4 kids and 3 adults from right here in the metro. This was a part of a national effort called Operation Cross Country, from Overland Park to Gladstone to Wichita. Multiple police agencies helped federal agents find survivors. The FBI says 1 person was arrested on local charges in the operation. Missouri is making major investments in railroad safety. All this after the Amtrak derailment that killed 4 people in Mendon, Missouri a year ago. $50 million will go towards safety measures at 47 crossings across the state. The money will also give some communities more signs on the road. The state says it'll take about 3 to 5 years to follow through on the plan. In a 2022 report, MoDOT mentioned a railroad crossing near 187th Street was a potential safety risk because of its humped crossing. Well, MoDOT says trailers can get stuck there, and on Tuesday, that's exactly what happened. A train crashed into a semi at that crossing because the truck got stuck.
Today's First Alert Weather Impact Day. Right now we have scattered showers and thunderstorms, mainly north of Kansas City, up there near St. Joseph. There's some stronger storms, a lot of lightning there, but closer to Kansas City in the 435 loop, no rain or storms yet. But our storm chance does increase later this afternoon into this evening. Right now, it's humid, it's damp, and that's nothing new. We've had that for the last week. 76 degrees out your door. I want to show you the 12-hour forecast. The time that you need to be alert this afternoon is between 3 and 8 o'clock. That's when scattered storms are possible again from kind of a leftover area of low pressure from the morning storms, which could drive new storms this afternoon, especially where we have those hot and humid conditions. So we've highlighted that area here between 3 and 8 o'clock. And I am going to include parts of Kansas City on this. Don't be surprised to see that risk brought back farther to the north and west. Damaging wind, large hail, and the potential of a brief tornado. So please make sure you have multiple ways to receive alerts through the day, like the KMBC app.
Your station leading the way with coverage of what's happening right now and what's next. KMBC 9 News.
Former President Trump faces up to half a century in prison if he's convicted on every charge he faces in the election interference case. He's pleading not guilty, so we'll explain what happened behind closed doors during Trump's first appearance in D.C. court. Evergy is changing the way it changes and charges its rates, so now it's Missouri customers that'll have to make a choice. We'll explain what's behind the new system and tell you how you can use it to save some money.
It is time for back to school shopping. We are going to help you save a lot of money. That's coming up.
Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us on First News. I'm Jamie Weiss, Katie Horner here. The last weekend of summer for some kids.
I know, that's sad.
I know,
that's
and they don't have like any good pool days coming up.
No. As a matter of fact, it just the stretch of wet weather continues and the risk of severe weather increases. But there's been an improvement with our visibility. You can see the top of the buildings in downtown Kansas City. Our temperature is 76. It's pulled a little bit away from the dew point, which drops the relative humidity to 91%. But the dew point is still 73. So it's very sticky outside. It's 75 in Chillicothe, 73 right now in St. Joseph, 76 Lawrence, Warrensburg, you're at 72 degrees. Here's a look at radar. You can see there are still showers and thunderstorms in the area, though not raining here in the metro. This long line of showers lifting north through Carroll County slices over to just on the north side of St. Joseph. That's lifting northward, and then some gentle rain comes in behind that, and that will continue near St. Joseph for at least the first part of training camp this morning. In our 12-hour forecast, we want to make sure you are absolutely aware that even though when the rain stops for a while this afternoon, there's the potential for another round of thunderstorms between 3 and 8 p.m. And that second round of thunderstorms has a risk of severe weather. Specifically, we're watching for large hail, damaging straight line wind, and isolated tornadoes. Though that risk is low, we want to make sure you're aware of that before you travel in this area this evening. Johnny.
All right, thanks so much, Katie. Taking a look at your first alert traffic a little after 8:30, and it's been a very quiet rush hour. Fridays, typically a little bit lighter traffic. Today, no exception, and right now we're seeing great runs all over town as far as most of the interstate and freeway system. Taking a look at eastbound 435, correction, it's going to be eastbound 470 between 435, the Triangle, and Lee Summit over at 50 Highway. Single stalled car, right shoulder way off to the right side, not a factor at all. Johnny Rollins, News Chopper 9, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Johnny. This morning, former President Donald Trump is back at his New Jersey home after pleading not guilty to all 4 counts accusing him of trying to overturn the 2020 election. The judge is promising Trump a fair trial, but has warned him not to commit any crimes and not to influence potential witnesses and jurors as this case proceeds. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest from Washington.
For the third time, former President Donald Trump, a criminal defendant in court. The extraordinary scene unfolding with Trump standing, himself pleading not guilty to charges that he and his allies plotted to try and overturn the 2020 election. Special counsel Jack Smith, who led the wide-ranging investigation into January 6th, seen on the far left of this sketch, at times looking at Trump, who at one point stared directly back. Officers who defended the Capitol during the riot also in court.
It's a necessary step on the road, the path to justice and accountability.
On January 6th, we already knew who directed the attack and the mob onto the Capitol.
Trump charged with 4 election-related felonies, including conspiracy to defraud the U.S. and conspiracy against rights, meaning he allegedly tried to stop Americans from exercising their right to vote. If convicted on all charges, Trump could face more than 50 years in prison.
This is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America.
Trump was released on conditions that he not discuss the case with anyone who may be a witness, which includes former Vice President Pence, who the indictment says was pressured by Trump to reject legitimate electoral votes. Cameras are not allowed inside federal courtrooms, but some Democratic lawmakers are pushing to change that for Trump's trial. More than a dozen signing this letter to the federal judiciary, writing, "Given the historic nature of the charges, it is hard to imagine a more powerful circumstance for televised proceedings."
Trump's next court date is scheduled for August 28th. Notably, that's just 5 days after the first Republican primary debate. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, Mayor Quinton Lucas has introduced 2 new gun restrictions for Kansas City, Missouri. The first one would prevent people younger than 18 from buying ammunition without parental consent. The other would ban something called switches. Those allow guns to fire faster. And again, this was just the first reading before City Council. No final decisions have been made. A Kansas City, Missouri man has been sentenced for illegally possessing the firearm used in the deadly shooting of an off-duty firefighter. A judge ordered 24-year-old Javon Taylor to serve 7 years in federal prison without parole. You may remember Anthony Santi got into an argument with Taylor for disrespecting a cashier inside of an Independence gas station. Santi was shot and killed by Taylor's girlfriend with that illegal firearm. Prosecutors didn't file charges against the woman, citing self-defense. A Grandview man has been charged in a deadly shooting that left 1 person dead, and it all happened Wednesday morning. Cameron Harper is charged with second-degree murder and weapons charges. He was arrested after Grandview police found a man shot to death inside of his car. There's no word yet on a possible motive. Kansas City police are also investigating 2 shootings that happened within 30 minutes of that shooting. They believe the incidents may be linked, but Harper has not been charged in those cases. Last night, a grass fire caused some issues for people on their drive home. This is what the scene looked like yesterday evening near I-35 and Front Street. Some people had to slow down on the entrance ramp as the cloud of smoke grew. The Kansas City Fire Department tells us the fire started at a homeless camp. Luckily, no one was hurt. If you're an Evergy customer in Missouri, you probably got an email like this one recently that discusses time-based rates. The utility company is offering 4 different plans based on how much energy you use and when you use it. Starting December 1st, it's mandatory for all Evergy users to opt in.
By shifting from peak times to maybe a little bit later in the evening or setting it to run a little bit earlier, the cost of energy during those times is less than if you were to use them during peak times.
If you want a closer look at the 4 plans, we've got that information on our website right now. That's KMBC.com. You can read all about the plans, use a tool to see which one is best for you based on how much energy you use, and that's over the last several months. And Katie, we know there's been a lot of hot days we've been dealing with, but right now the impact is going to be the severe weather.
Yes, and that comes in later this afternoon. Boy, but it is so muggy right now. You might be running your AC pretty high, even though the air temperature is not that high. The humidity is, and it just makes it so miserable. You can see the air in Kansas City. There's so much humidity in it. Showers and thunderstorms this morning will be replaced with what may be a strong, possibly severe thunderstorm this afternoon. Future Scan here at 4:15 is showing you what the radar may look like at this time. And at that time, there could be a very strong thunderstorm within the 435 loop that then rolls along the Missouri River and along I-70. This is a very busy time on the highways, so this is why this evening is a weather impact. It could possibly be upgraded to an alert status if those severe thunderstorms actually do get going. There are some limiting factors, but now be prepared for the potential of severe storms today between 3 and 8 p.m.
Okay, appreciate the heads up. Thanks, Katie. Back to school is coming up fast, and it's time to think about stocking up on your back to school supplies. You can do that this weekend and save some cash as well. KBC 9's Rob Hughes joining us live this morning because Missouri's tax-free weekend officially kicks off right now, Rob.
Hey, good morning to you, Jamie. We're surrounded by school supplies here at the Blue Springs Walmart. You can see behind us, and all of these supplies here are eligible for tax-free status for this weekend. And not only that, but also all apparel, some of the laptops, diapers, and wipes as well are eligible. Also, when you're shopping here at any Walmart, you'll see signs with a QR code in the school section. You just scan that QR code, and it will show you back to school list for all the schools in our area. So you just pick yours, and you're good to go. The Walmart also has the 14 back to school items, the most popular, that are the same prices as last year. Those are going to be under $13. And teachers can also register the items they need for their classrooms, and anybody can go on there and buy items for those teachers to help them out. The Blue Springs manager here says it is important to save families money.
We have to be able to have families come in here and shop, and we wanted as a company to keep our prices the same so that they could buy the other things that were necessary and not have to spend a lot of money on the core items that they need for back to school.
Also want to let you know about the Century shopping hours on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's a calmer shopping environment. It's for people who live with sensitivities, so they'll do things like the lights go down, they turn the music off, and also they have the screens go black as well. We're live in Blue Springs. I'm Rob Hughes, KMBC 9 News.
School districts in Kansas and Missouri have a back-to-school battle on their hands before kids even step off the buses. KBC 9's Cody Holyoke is getting answers on this week's Heart of the Matter.
Students heading back to school may notice some issues in classrooms when they get there. Administrators at school districts across the metro are working to shore up staffing shortages, from paraprofessional jobs to bus drivers to teachers. Programs are in the works in Kansas and Missouri to grow and retain the teacher pool, but educators are the first to admit they need to better sell the benefits of their profession.
Sometimes we're our worst enemies in terms of not, kind of telling kids, don't go to education. It is an honorable and a valuable vocation, and we just got to get that message out.
This week, we'll get a progress report from more than 30 local school districts as administrators walk us through the challenges ahead of the new year. We'll also look at the priorities of the new Kansas City, Missouri City Council as leaders new to the job work to curb crime and housing problems here at home. And we mark a major milestone, KMBC's 70th anniversary. I sit down with our own Larry Moore to look back on a living legacy that continues to this day. It's all this week on Heart of the Matter. We'll see you then.
Don't miss this week's edition of Heart of the Matter. It airs Sunday morning at 11 on KMBC 9. Kansas City, Missouri is looking to combine two trails into one, but it's run into an obstacle. A sacrifice is required. Project managers are turning to the community. We'll tell you how you can make your voice heard. And Sporting KC is working its way through the League's Cup. One tough opponent is down, another lies ahead. We'll show you how the team is preparing for their next all-or-nothing match.
Your station leading the way with First Alert Weather, Kansas City's largest, most experienced team, KMBC 9 News.
And welcome back. It is 8:46. We are taking a look at your First Alert traffic. This isn't the way you want to start a vacation with your RV or wherever they are going. It's going to be I-49 northbound at 140th Street. Looks like broken down here. We've got a tow truck that looks like at the very least they're going to move them here. I don't know how you tow, I guess you can tow a vehicle and the attached SUV to it. Did I say SUV? I meant RV. So anyway, one way or the other, that is closing the ramp now from northbound 71 Highway I-49 to 140th Street. And so those who are passing that are going to have to go all the way up to Main Street to get around that and double back to wherever they want to go. Johnny Rollins, News Chopper 9, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Johnny. Former President Trump faces up to half a century in prison if he's convicted on every charge he faces in his election interference case. He's pleading not guilty. We'll explain what happened behind closed doors during Trump's first appearance in D.C. And we also want to let you know.
So ultimately, I think it feels good to know that it's not just going to go into the landfill and be buried, and then who knows what happens from there.
Apologies about that. We were in our wrong area of the script, but here's what you need to know about some of the storm debris. If you are still in need of a place to take your storm debris, there are several drop-off sites across the metro. Just go to MissouriOrganic.com and then you can click on those locations. Some big improvements are coming to a popular trail in Kansas City. It'll connect the Gillum Cycle Track to the Trolley Track Trail. When finished, the trail is going to be 10.5 miles long. So the problem currently is how to connect the two blocks where the path is missing. It's over by Brookside and Meyer Boulevards. The two main options: eliminate parking or eliminate tennis courts. There was an open house yesterday for the community to give their input. The city says lots of people are interested in the part of the trail.
So we understand how important this connection is, not just 63rd Street, but also further south and also further north. We're willing to do whatever. We're kind of an open book right now, and we're just really looking for the feedback from this community to provide guidance.
The city says it'll finalize its plan by the end of the year, and construction should start sometime in 2024. If you'd like to share your input on the project, the link is on our website. Just visit KMBC.com. More Americans are traveling abroad this summer, even though it's putting a bigger dent in our pockets. Right now, the average cost for a flight to Europe is $1,200. And according to a travel booking app, that's the highest price in the last 6 years. The demand for international travel has been so high that the three major U.S. international airlines, American, Delta, and United, have all seen a surge. This morning, KMBC is working to keep you safe with news about two recalls. First, Hyundai and Kia are recalling 92,000 vehicles. An electric controller in an oil pump can overheat and cause fires. The recall involves the vehicles you see listed on your screen. It also applies to the Kia Soul, Sporta, and Celto. Owners are being told to park their vehicles outside until repairs can be made. The other, BMW, is recalling some of their 7 Series sedans. The controls that activate the hazard lights and the windshield defrosters might not function. The company is unaware of any accidents or injuries related to the problem, but dealers will replace an interaction. So the Lawrence, Kansas Police Department is working to keep you safe because tonight officers will be conducting a DUI checkpoint around 10 to 2:30 in the morning. This department is reminding drivers to just buckle up always, designate a driver if you've been out drinking, and make sure you do your part to keep your community safer. We are now just 4 days into August, so that means back to school season is here. Soon enough, many districts in the metro will be heading back to class. So to help students get prepared, many districts are hosting back to school fairs, including the city of Lawrence. Their safety fair is put on by local law enforcement as well as fire and emergency crews. They'll be held at South Park from 9 to 1 tomorrow. The park will be filled with first responder vehicles, activities, games, public health resources, and more. School supply donations are also encouraged for the Cram the Cruiser competition. And in Jackson County, the Community Services League is working to make back to school extra special for thousands of kids in need. 3,000 kids are going to start the school year with backpacks, school supplies, new tennis shoes, and more. Throughout the month, CLS is hosting other back to school fairs for families who need help. Tomorrow's fair is in Independence. For those who were not able to register for back to school events, families can call the United Way at 211. Sporting KC back in action tonight for the knockout stage of the Leagues Cup. After beating Mexican powerhouse Chivas Guadalajara earlier this week, Sporting KC now has its sights set on a familiar opponent, Toluca FC. So they played twice 4 years ago. Manager Peter Vermees spoke about the improvement he saw from his club during their last match.
We've been working defensively quite a bit here since the regular season games have stopped and we got into Leagues Cup, and we've had some time for some good training around that.
Tonight's game is at Children's Mercy Park. Kickoff is at 8 o'clock. Another day of training camp, and Travis Kelce has been working to help the next generation of tight ends. Kelce is one of the most feared receivers in football. Regardless of position, he's at training camp and one of the leaders when it comes to both catching and blocking. Teammates say his success makes them want to work even harder.
I learn a lot from him because, I think he's the greatest tight end to ever play the game. And he's an excellent mentor. I mean, he's an even better friend, too. So watching him out here picking his brain is always good. But, Travis Kelce for a reason. I'm just trying to do my job to the best of my ability and, not try to do too much more than that.
Today at training camp, fans will get the chance to get autographs from Chiefs quarterbacks as well as running backs. Practice starts in just a bit, 9:15 this morning. And Katie, I think folks who are heading out to training camp, they need to be aware of not just the humidity, but chances for storms.
Yes, now they just had a big line of thunderstorms move through St. Joseph, and now they're getting back into some more steady, lighter rain. In Kansas City, we're still mostly cloudy, 76 degrees, and that temperature is the same just about everywhere. And we've already measured about 0.15 of an inch of rain this morning. This map shows you where rain fell. Notice the dark where you see the base map, you didn't get any rain, but there was a couple of cells that came through closer to downtown Kansas City. Very heavy rain fell once again in Saline County, where there are flood warnings in effect right now, especially for the Blackwater River in Blue Lick. Here's the thunderstorm activity that just moved through St. Joseph. That's lifting up towards Maryville. You can see as they exit St. Joseph and will be replaced with a more steady rain for just a little while. It won't rain all day. And what you can't see, kind of invisible to our eye when you just look at the radar, but what we know by analyzing the atmosphere is there's a little counterclockwise rotation still spinning in north central Kansas. As that taps into the more humid air this afternoon, it's going to ignite more showers and thunderstorms, and there is a chance that some of these afternoon thunderstorms could produce hail, strong straight line wind, or an isolated tornado. The Storm Prediction Center just updated the risk outlook for today, where we had not been in a risk. Now we are, from about the east side of Kansas City all the way to Columbia and down through Jeff City. So that includes about a fourth of our viewing area that may have these severe storms. Then on Saturday night, our entire viewing area has a risk of severe storms with the same hazards: damaging wind, large hail, a tornado chance is there. It's still on the low end of the scale. In the 9-day forecast, you'll notice we also include weather impacts on Sunday, though we don't expect severe weather on Sunday, more of a nuisance variety when you're trying to get to your activities, on and off showers and thunderstorms. But we'll be working through a cold front, so the temperatures will be coming down and the humidity will be dropping. Monday morning, our low temp will be down to 62, which means it'll be much more comfortable in the afternoon. 82 on Tuesday. Nick Binders up next.
Mayor Quinton Lucas has introduced 2 new gun restrictions for Kansas City, Missouri. The first one would prevent people younger than 18 from buying ammunition without parental consent. The other would ban something called switches, which allows guns to fire faster. A Grandview man has been charged in a deadly shooting that left 1 person dead Wednesday morning. Cameron Harper is charged with second-degree murder and weapons charges. There's no word yet on a possible motive. Kansas City police are also investigating 2 shootings that happened within 30 minutes of that shooting. They believe the incidents may be linked, but Harper has not been charged in those cases. Starting December 1st, all Missouri Evergy customers in the metro will have to choose a rate plan for their electricity usage. Evergy is offering 4 different plans based off how much energy you use and when you use it.
It is the First Alert Weather Impact Day. We had 1 round of scattered showers and thunderstorms come through this morning. Still has some lingering rain and thunderstorms up here around 36 Highway from St. Joseph over to Chillicothe, and a few more showers there south and west of Ottawa. And we could see another round developing late this afternoon and this evening, especially into central Missouri. It's damp, it's humid. It's 75 degrees, and we're going to have that humidity building through the day. On our 12-hour forecast in Kansas City, here is another time frame we've identified for potential storming impacts between 3 and 8 o'clock this evening. And the severe risk today has increased some. I'm going to include parts of Kansas City on this and central Missouri. Between 3 and 8 o'clock this evening, a few storms, a small cluster of storms may develop here, maybe just northwest of Kansas City and move through this area, with the potential of producing damaging wind, large hail, and a brief tornado. So please check back often today for updates to the severe risk. Check back again at noon on KMBC with First Alert meteorologist Katie Horner. Have multiple ways to receive alerts today. If there's any watches or warnings issued, you'll get those through the KMBC app. It will remain stormy daily and nightly chances through the weekend.